Hello and welcome to the Saber Roar. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Joe. Hey Brandon.
Yeah?
Why did the bear dissolve in water?
I don't know why.
Because it was polar.
Joe, that was the dumbest joke I've ever heard. Anyway, if you actually want to learn a thing or two about chemistry, take a note from Mr. Rupel.
When Albert Einstein has a question about chemistry, he asks Mr. Rupel. Much like cations, Mr. Rupel is a very positive person. Mr. Rupel's car runs on pure dreams. Mr. Rupel's favorite food is knowledge. Mr. Rupel's shirt pocket is really a portal to another dimension. Mr. Rupel discovered gravity first, but he didn't want the credit. Not only is Mr. Rupel a chemistry teacher, he is also a Russian currency. Mr. Rupel speaks 37 different languages, including stoichiometry. Mr. Rupel's stories are so legendary, people travel from the far regions of the earth to hear them. Mr. Rupel dressed up as the periodic table for Halloween. Mr. Rupel is so funny that when he tells a joke, Albert Einstein laughs in his grave. Mr. Rupel uses a Bunsen burner to reheat his leftovers. Mr. Rupel's coffee mug is actually filled with genius. Mr. Rupel doesn't follow Newton's laws of physics. Newton's laws follow him.
Wow, I never knew Mr. Rupel and I had so much in common.
Right. Anyways, the Franklin ski team had a great end to their season after months of preparation, qualifying 2 girls to the state competition.
The Franklin ski team has entered their 5th season of racing against tough competition. They travel up to Alpine Valley and work on 2 types of racing. Slalom is a narrow course that requires quick turns in between gates, while GS is all about speed. At the races that usually take place at Alpine Valley, Sunburst, or Little Switz, the Franklin skiers are racing for the fastest time and compile their scores to the best ranking.
Our girls got a first place medal, so it was good to see that girls finally are achieving something that they've been working hard to.
The ski team is a group of close-knit teammates that want everyone on their team to be successful and are very supportive in practices and competitions. Unfortunately, most of the members are seniors, and next season it is important to have new members sign up to keep the team alive.
If you're interested in skiing or learning how to race, think about joining the ski team next season.
Hey Joe, maybe I should join the ski team next season.
Brandon, we went skiing last year, and you didn't even go down the bunny hill.
What else am I supposed to do in the winter? You know I refuse to join the swim team until they recognize the doggy paddle as a stroke.
Speaking of swim, the boys' team had a heck of a season.
The boys went undefeated all season, winning not only the dual meet conference championship title, but taking first place at both the JV and varsity conference meet. And, for the first time in school history, the team won the sectional meet, where most boys broke personal and school records as well.
We look at everything as a team. We don't have any real all-stars like some teams do. We don't have anyone who is a shoo-in for state, so I think that just coming together as a team is our strength and our strong point.
Besides their impeccable team dynamic, the boys worked extremely hard with daily 3-hour practices, additional morning practices, and after-school lifting.
And as the final cherry on top of this season, the boys took 13th at state and rebroke more school records.
Maybe I could have been as good as the boys' swim team, but I wasn't motivated enough.
Well, then you should have gone to the motivational speaker at the basketball workshop.
Joshua Metcalf is a public speaker from Train to Be Clutch who focuses on the mental and visualization aspects of sports. Joshua works as a mental training coach for UCLA and Oregon University's women's sports teams. He helps them visualize themselves in positive situations in their games. One visualization technique Joshua talked about is imagining doing something you want to do over and over again 10 minutes a day. He says that if you can visualize it, you can do it. Although Joshua can be considered a motivational speaker, he intends to teach his athletes psychological techniques to train them mentally to perform better physically.
So learning how to be your own best friend or your own best coach.
The basketball team had a good initial reaction, but we'll have to stay on Joshua's plan to get benefits on the court.
Hopefully the positive attitudes will help the basketball team in the future.
Anyway, let's move on to this week's Uproar winners.
I am Mrs. Kaler, and I nominated Joe Cran for an Uproar. Joe is a fantastic student here at FHS, and he goes above and beyond helping others in the classroom, and he's an active participant, and it's about time he got recognized.
Julie has shown a significant difference in her attitude and drive this semester.
She has completed 100% of her work and excelled in math. She works very hard to help other students around her.
With her dedication towards her studies, I think it's more than possible for her to get an A this semester.
We hope you enjoy your movie passes.
Coming up next week, you get to see what really happens here at the Saber Roar, find out what all the buzz is about Shamrock Shakes, and hear who else wins the movie passes. I'm Joe.
And I'm Brandon. Don't catch a cold, Franklin.